Ajay Fry, Canada has a new government. Back to the Future now takes place entirely in the past. Halo 5 Guardians is on its way. We may have spotted aliens in space, and I'm doing something really cool tonight. But first, let's start 5 on Fry. As you probably know, back on Monday, Canada voted to switch from a conservative majority government to a liberal majority government. It kind of felt like all of Canada came together to declare, "We love Justin Trudeau." Or more realistically, we are tired of Stephen Harper. Honestly, as happy as I am that we have a new government that better reflects the wants of our country, I am disappointed that we have a majority government. Because a majority government can do pretty much whatever it wants using the Canadian parliamentary system, which we just saw happen under Stephen Harper. And like Stephen Harper's majority, this one is a false majority because only 40% of Canadians actually voted for a Liberal candidate in their riding, and 60% of Canadians didn't. And now the Liberal Party has 100% of the power in Canadian politics, again. Justin Trudeau has promised that he will bring in electoral reform and investigate the possibilities of ranked ballots or mixed member proportional representation, which is far too confusing to try to explain, and to be honest, I don't quite understand it all myself. But what I do understand is that people have to vote strategically under the first-past-the-post system. A lot of people end up voting against what they don't want and not voting for what they do want. I think we need a new system that better represents the voices of all Canadians, not just the people that I or you agree with. So bring in electoral reform, Justin Trudeau. Don't let us down. This past Wednesday was Back to the Future Day, the day when Marty McFly arrives in the future in Back to the Future 2. Everyone was talking about it, and everyone was expressing how sad they were that we don't have hoverboards or self-lacing shoes. I'd like to argue, though, that our future is way better than the future that was predicted in Back to the Future 2, especially because of the internet. Thanks to the power of the internet, we have the ability to see instantly all around the world. I can pick up my phone, put on Periscope, and watch something being broadcast in Australia, or Paraguay, or Scandinavia, anywhere. And I know that it's happening live, and I can see those people and realize that the differences between us are really minimal, and that the lesson of thinking of people in other parts of the world as other is not actually true. We are all together. We're all humans on this planet, and thanks to the internet, we can realize that and move into the future united as one. I think that's the coolest thing about the future that we currently live in. But yeah, hoverboards, they would be pretty sweet also. I don't want to make you jealous or anything, but I did just receive my preview code for Halo 5 Guardians. You can pick up your copy next Tuesday, October 27th, but I can start playing today. Actually, the truth is I've already played quite a bit of Halo 5. I did go to 343 Industries headquarters in Kirkland, Washington this past August. Now that the game's coming out, I feel like it's safe to show you this beautiful video I took down by the water in Kirkland. What a scenic location, what a terrible place to have offices where people need to sit inside and stare at their computer screens all day long. But anyway, the game is awesome, especially the Warzone mode, so if you have an Xbox, this is the time to celebrate. We're finally getting a brand new Master Chief game for the Xbox One. You can add me to Xbox Live. I'm at Ajay Fry. Let's hop in game together and shoot the shit out of each other, alright guys? Let's do it. So this is pretty cool. Tonight, I'll be hosting the 11th Annual Toronto Independent Music Awards. Created back in 2004, it's a homegrown, not-for-profit annual competition created to support musicians in the province of Ontario without regard to recording quality, industry affiliation, or sales history. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I have hosted an award show before, but that was years ago, and I was hosting it with Teddy, and I honestly don't know very much about the Toronto independent music scene. But when I get nervous about what I don't know, I try to focus on what I do know, and I do know how to be a host. I've been a professional television show host for almost a decade. Oh man, I'm old. Anyway, one of the things that I do know is that no one's going to the Toronto Independent Music Awards to pay attention to the host. I mean, they're there to see amazing musical performances. All I've really got to do is keep things focused, keep things moving, and stay out of the way of the stars. And speaking of things getting in the way of stars... Okay, full disclosure, a bit of an astronomy nerd. I love me some science in outer space, and recently NASA's Kepler Space Telescope has detected some variations in the light emitting from a distant star 1,500 light years away. Normally, variations in the light that we receive from a star in the distance indicate the probability of a planet circling that star, but this recent discovery is very different. The variations are so irregular, it wouldn't make sense for it to be a planet. Instead, it seems like it could be maybe a ring of comets or a planet forming, or even, as some astronomers have suggested, possibly a structure built around the star. And in order to build something, well, you need to have life. So some people are thinking, maybe we've found the first signs of evidence of extraterrestrial civilization. Unfortunately, to engage audiences in science reporting, a lot of hyperbolic rhetoric is used in headlines like, "We've discovered aliens!" Well, we haven't. All that's basically happened is scientists looking through a telescope have said, like, this pattern of light in front of this star doesn't make any sense. What could it be? Well, here are a few theories, and one of those theories is that maybe it's an ancient extraterrestrial civilization that created a structure around a star in order to harness its energy, as we would hope to do if we manage not to kill ourselves on this fragile little planet first. I hope that all made sense, because that's the end of this edition of 5 on Fry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the future!